Unexpected move. Princess Leonor's royal shift from Spain to Denmark. For love, not power, the palace walls of Madrid have always carried a certainty. Princess Leonor, heir to the Spanish throne, would one day reign as queen, continuing a dynasty that has endured for centuries. That was the story everyone believed. But in a stunning and unexpected twist, Leonor has made a move that defies tradition, shakes Europe, and places love above power. She is shifting her royal life from Spain to Denmark, not for the crown, but for her heart. For generations, royal duty has dictated destiny. But Leonor's decision forces us to ask, what happens when the future queen chooses love over monarchy? And what does this mean for Spain, Denmark, and the balance of power across Europe's royal families? The first whispers of this shift emerged not long after her wedding. Spain was still celebrating the union, but palace insiders began to notice a pattern: Leonor's increasing time spent in Denmark, not just in visits, but in moments that revealed a deeper commitment. Soon, the speculation became reality. Spain's heir, whose life was thought to be anchored to Madrid, was embracing Denmark as her new home. The shock was immediate. Spanish newspapers splashed headlines across the front pages, asking if the monarchy's future was slipping away. Royal watchers across the United Kingdom and beyond debated endlessly, was Leonor turning her back on Spain, or was she quietly redefining what it means to be a queen in the 21st century? To understand this, we must go back to Leonor herself. From her earliest years, she was groomed for power, educated in elite schools, prepared for statecraft, and polished in protocol. Yet even then, those close to her saw a different side. Leonor was thoughtful, empathetic, someone who valued authenticity more than appearances. And when love entered her life, it was not with a carefully chosen match of political convenience, but with someone who touched her heart and gave her courage to imagine a future not bound by protocol. The man at the center of this story is more than just a partner. His ties to Denmark run deep, his roots set firmly in a nation that values both monarchy and modernity. Their bond has never been about titles or thrones, it has been about shared laughter, long conversations, and the quiet strength of two young people who found each other in a world where nothing is private. For Leonor, Denmark became not just his home, but theirs. But what does this mean for Spain? For years, the monarchy has been a symbol of continuity, stability in uncertain times. The people looked to Leonor not only as their princess but as their future queen. Her choice to live and love in Denmark raises questions about succession, about national pride, and about whether a monarchy can adapt when its heir chooses a path that defies expectation. King Felipe and Queen Letitia's reactions reveal the depth of this tension. Felipe, trained for leadership and bound by tradition, feels the weight of his daughter's decision as both father and monarch. Letizia, fiercely protective, sees the human side, her daughter choosing happiness, even when it collides with duty. In private, their conversations have been filled with both love and concern, knowing that the eyes of the world are on their family. And then, the wider European stage. Denmark has welcomed Leonor with warmth, but behind the smiles lies political intrigue. Will her presence strengthen ties between the Spanish and Danish crowns? Or will it create a quiet tension, as Spain worries about losing its most important symbol of continuity? Across Britain and Norway, commentators wonder aloud, is this the beginning of a new era, where young royals define themselves by personal choice, rather than centuries of obligation? The ceremony marking her move was understated, yet symbolic. A farewell in Madrid, filled with bittersweet emotion. Crowds gathered, some cheering her bravery, others voicing disappointment. In Denmark, the welcome was intimate, focused on love and unity rather than grandeur. And then, Leonor's own words. She did not speak of crowns or duty. Instead, she spoke of honesty, of following the path her heart demanded, and of serving both Spain and Denmark in her own way, through humanity, compassion, and truth. Her statement left Spain divided. For some, she became a symbol of courage, proof that monarchy could evolve, that a future queen could place humanity above hierarchy. For others, it felt like betrayal, a step away from responsibility at a time when the monarchy needs strength. Yet, beneath the debate, one truth was undeniable: Leonor had become more real, more relatable, more human than ever before. And so we are left with the questions that keep the world watching. Will Leonor return to Spain as queen one day, bringing with her the wisdom gained in Denmark? Or will her decision create a new model of monarchy, one in which love, family, and humanity take precedence over power? How will this change shape the future of Europe's interconnected royal families, where alliances have always been forged not just through diplomacy, but through marriage and choice? Each answer leads to another question, each moment deepening the intrigue. The world cannot look away, because Leonor's story is more than royal gossip, it is the story of a young woman daring to rewrite her destiny. The unexpected move from Spain to Denmark may have begun as a private choice, but it has become a public saga, one that will echo for years in the history of both nations. And in the end, it is not about crowns or borders, it is about love, the force powerful enough to bend tradition, silence doubt, and remind us all that even those born into palaces long for something simple, something true, something real. As Leonor takes this step, her legacy begins to transform. Not as a queen bound by expectation, but as a royal who chose love over power, heart over hierarchy, and authenticity over appearances. And that may be the boldest act of royalty the world has ever seen.